Debra Winger has long been known as one of Hollywood's most talented yet unconventional actors. From the very beginning of her career, she stood out not only for her powerful performances, but also for her outspoken nature. Stories from film sets often painted her as unpredictable, someone who challenged authority and refused to follow expectations. While many in the industry labeled her as difficult, she described herself differently. To her, honesty mattered more than approval, and she was unwilling to compromise her values for the sake of fitting in. This contrast between perception and reality became a defining theme in her life. By the mid-1990s, she had already achieved major success, including multiple award nominations and box office hits. Yet in 1995, at the peak of her career, she made a decision that shocked everyone. Without warning, she stepped away from Hollywood entirely. No dramatic announcement, no farewell interviews, just silence. For years, audiences and critics wondered why someone so successful would choose to disappear, leaving behind fame, recognition, and opportunity. Roots, identity, and early influences. Mary Debra Winger was born on May 16, 1955, in Cleveland Heights, Ohio, into a family shaped by strong cultural traditions and values. Her heritage traced back to Jewish roots from Austria-Hungary and the Russian Empire, giving her a deep sense of history and identity. Her father worked in a practical profession, while her mother contributed to the household through office work. Together, they created a home that was supportive yet layered with expectations. From an early age, Debra experienced a unique sense of dual identity. Her grandparents called her Mary, while her parents used Debra, creating a subtle division in how she saw herself. This duality may have influenced her ability to step into different roles later in life. As she grew, she developed a thoughtful and observant personality, often reflecting on the world around her. Her early environment was not centered on fame or performance, yet it quietly shaped her emotional depth, which would later become one of her greatest strengths as an actor. A gifted mind and hidden passion. When Debra's family moved to Southern California during her childhood, new opportunities began to emerge. She quickly stood out in school due to her intelligence and focus, progressing at a pace that surprised her teachers. By the age of 15, she had already completed high school, an achievement that set her apart from her peers. Despite her academic success, she carried a private passion that she kept hidden from those around her. Acting was not just an interest. It was a deeply personal form of expression that allowed her to explore emotions and identities she could not easily share in everyday life. However, she hesitated to reveal this dream, possibly out of fear of judgment or misunderstanding. Instead, she chose a more practical academic path, enrolling in university to study criminology and sociology. Outwardly, she appeared focused and conventional, but internally, she was navigating a quiet conflict between expectation and desire, unsure of when or how she would fully embrace her true calling. A life-changing accident and inner transformation. Everything changed dramatically during her late teenage years when she experienced a severe accident that altered the course of her life. The incident left her with serious physical challenges, including temporary loss of vision and mobility. Doctors were uncertain about her recovery, and for a long period, she faced a reality filled with uncertainty and fear. During those months, she was forced into deep reflection, confronting questions about purpose, identity, and what truly mattered. In that stillness, she made a personal commitment that would guide her future. She decided that if she regained her health, she would pursue acting without hesitation. Slowly, through determination and recovery, her abilities returned. What others described as a medical miracle, she saw as a second chance. This experience gave her a sense of clarity and fearlessness that would define her approach to life. It was no longer about following a safe path. It was about living authentically and embracing what she truly wanted. Stepping into acting and early opportunities. After recovering, Debra followed through on her promise and began pursuing acting seriously. Her early work included television roles that introduced her to the industry and allowed her to develop her skills. One of her first notable appearances gave her the opportunity to portray a strong and dynamic character, blending intensity with emotional depth. These early experiences helped her understand the demands of the profession and the importance of authenticity in performance. While some actors focused on fitting into established molds, Debra approached each role with individuality and conviction. She was not interested in simply delivering lines. She wanted to bring truth to her characters. This mindset quickly set her apart, attracting attention from filmmakers who recognized her unique presence. Although the journey was still in its early stages, it became clear that she possessed a rare combination of talent and determination. Her commitment to honesty in her work would soon open doors to more significant opportunities. Breakthrough and rising stardom. Debra's breakthrough came when she landed roles that showcased her ability to portray complex and emotionally rich characters. Her performances resonated with audiences because they felt genuine and unfiltered. She brought a sense of realism that made her characters relatable, even in dramatic situations. As her career progressed, she worked alongside well-known actors and became part of major film projects that achieved both critical and commercial success. These roles earned her widespread recognition and placed her among the leading performers of her time. However, success also brought new challenges. The film industry often expected conformity, while Debra continued to prioritize authenticity. This created tension between her artistic instincts and the expectations placed upon her. Despite this, she remained committed to her approach, believing that meaningful work required honesty rather than compromise. Her rise to stardom was not just about fame, it was about establishing a voice that refused to be silenced. Critical acclaim and professional tensions. As Debra's career reached new heights, she received significant recognition for her performances, including prestigious award nominations. Her work demonstrated emotional depth and a willingness to explore difficult themes, earning respect from critics and audiences alike. However, behind the scenes, her strong personality sometimes led to misunderstandings. She was known for expressing her opinions openly, especially when she believed something was not working creatively. While some collaborators appreciated her dedication, others found her approach challenging. These tensions contributed to the reputation that followed her throughout her career. Yet, it is important to note that her intentions were rooted in a desire to improve the work, not to create conflict. She believed that art required honesty, even when it was uncomfortable. This perspective shaped her interactions and influenced the choices she made. Her career during this period became a balance between recognition and resistance, success and scrutiny. A bold exit from Hollywood. In 1995, Debra made a decision that surprised both the industry and her audience. At a time when her career was thriving, she chose to step away from Hollywood entirely. This was not a sudden impulse, but the result of years of reflection. She had grown increasingly dissatisfied with the types of roles being offered and the direction of the industry. Many of the opportunities no longer challenged her or aligned with her values. Instead of continuing on a path that felt unfulfilling, she decided to leave. This choice required courage, as it meant walking away from fame, financial success, and professional recognition. For Debra, however, it was an act of honesty. She prioritized her sense of purpose over external expectations. Her departure raised important questions about the pressures faced by artists and the importance of creative fulfillment. It also demonstrated that success does not always mean staying. Sometimes it means knowing when to step away. Life beyond fame and lasting legacy. After leaving Hollywood, Debra embraced a different way of living, focusing on family, personal growth, and selective creative projects. She did not disappear completely, but chose to work on her own terms, taking on roles that genuinely interested her. This approach allowed her to maintain her artistic integrity while living a more balanced life. Over time, her absence from mainstream cinema became a powerful statement about independence and self-awareness. She showed that it is possible to redefine success beyond public recognition. Her journey continues to inspire discussions about authenticity, resilience, and the courage to make unconventional choices. Today, Debra Winger is remembered not only for her performances, but also for her willingness to challenge norms and follow her own path. Her legacy extends beyond film, representing a life lived with intention, honesty, and a commitment to staying true to oneself.